The following is a Thorf TV production, brought to you in cooperation with Jack Thorfinson, part of our YouTube-friendly series. Welcome to the PreHard Target Show. Tonight we'll be talking about 22 frangible ammunition. Well, let's get this show started off right. To the sunny slopes of long ago. That doesn't heat you up and cool you down all the same time. Sure glad Jack's back. Oh, he makes such good cocoa. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to do something a little different this week on the Hard Target Range Show. And I hope once you find out what it is, you still tune in to watch it. And don't avoid this program because it's not about a specific gun. And I really wanted to do this program because I wanted to thank the people that made it possible. After I retired and I really kind of drifted away from the firearms for quite a while. See, I never really considered myself somebody who needed to be too concerned about protecting himself. I always worked protecting somebody else. So I kind of let myself go on my firearms training and my system, and I've been brought back to it by a friend. And I wanted to, he also convinced me to do some things in my life that have made a big change in my life in the last year. And I'm going to say a huge change. And again, it ties with that, but without spending 14 years talking about it. I did a little video in tribute to him for the Hard Target Range this week, and I hope you'll go watch it because I'd like the numbers to be good for it because of that. So, enough said about that, but what I wanted to talk about tonight was this ammunition I got. It's Copper-22, and although they don't call it frangible ammunition, it really is frangible ammunition because there we go. This is a CCI, and it comes out at 1,850 feet per second, so yeah, it's kind of cooking. That's more than a Stinger comes out, but it's a real lightweight bullet, as all frangible ammunition is. It's a 21 grain, and they're selling it as an environmentally friendly small game ammo. And I'll show it to you there. It's got kind of a hollow point, but I don't know. It really isn't. It's more of a dimple, I say. But it's a copper polymer mixture, basically like a frangible ammunition, and I thought we could shoot this on the Hard Target Range because then, just kind of like my frangible ammunition, it should work and function the same way. When it hits a steel target, it should just pulverize. It's the same bullet, just moving maybe a little faster, but out of a revolver, probably not anywhere near that kind of speed. It's probably going to be, it won't be subsonic. It'll be faster than 1,000 feet per second, I guess, but how much, I don't know. It probably will be right around, it might be subsonic, I don't know. By the time it comes out of a short revolver, I don't know. And I also I'm curious to see if this will work. I hesitate to do it, though. Work in that Beretta Bobcat, that 21A Beretta. I hesitate to do it because I have this feeling, whether it's right or wrong, that if you have a semi-automatic 22 and you feed a bunch of crap through it, you kind of taint that sidearm to malfunction the rest of its life. Where if you just feed CCI mini mags through it, it works right, and it always works right, and you got a good working semi-automatic. That's the theory I've always lived on. I've never bought the cheap 22 ammunition and run it through anything except for revolver and lever action rifles. So always used CCI mini mags because they seem to never fail me. But we're going to give this a shot on the Hard Target Range. I thought I'd share it with you tonight. And one more thing I wanted to talk about before I close off my show. Let me have a little more cocoa, though. You know, I'm just a bear if I don't get my cocoa in the evenings. I'm so glad Jack's back. That cocoa's so good. One thing I want to talk about, I'm doing a series starting on Saturday on my system and systems in general. And what's partially spurred this on is I decided I hadn't done a very good job on taking inventory on my parts on the main sidearm in my system, which is, if you follow my channel, Gen 3 Glocks. And I decided I'm going to sit down. I had this moment. It's really cold outside. All the animals are fed. And I thought, it'd be a good chance right now to get out all my parts and inventory them. Because I haven't done that. I've just been buying what I think I wanted and squirreling it away for quite a long time. I decided I should inventory them and look and see what I'm low on, what I need. And one thing that was screaming at me was my guide rod springs for the 20 and the 21 were way below what I needed for the amount of firearms I had. So I went to Brownells to get them, where I've gotten other ones in the past. Matter of fact, everything that was there in this part was in a Brownells bag. And I found that Brownells no longer has them available. And as I started perusing the Glock parts section, I'm seeing on Brownells the amount of Glock parts are really, really nowhere what they were even before Christmas for some reason. And I thought it was just the Gen 3 parts, but now I'm not quite sure. It might be all the Glock parts that maybe they're not going to be carrying them as much. I don't know, but definitely the Gen 3 parts were not there like they were before, because that's where I've gotten all these parts in the past. And I just thought I'd mention that in case you got a Gen 3 out there, because they brought the Gen 5 out, and I saw an interview with a salesperson from Glock, and she was saying that the way I took what she said was that they're going to be selling the Gen 3s in California. But that's it. That's the way I took it. That they're really only going to produce enough Gen 3s. Their marketing is to just market them in California and nowhere else, and I don't know what that means. See what I'm saying? I just thought I'd bring that up for guys that have Gen 3s out there, and yeah, and that's what's kind of what has instigated that series I'm going to do on Saturday morning gun chat for the next 3 weeks. So there you go, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Pre-Hard Target Show, and I hope you'll watch the show this weekend. Yeah, if you want to do Mr. Holster a favor, tune into that show this weekend. Thanks for tuning in. From Mr. Holster and Jack, go out and stay safe. Well, that's 8 minutes of your life you'll never, ever, ever get back again. Good cocoa.